Hey guys, Morten Ostad here. Welcome to my channel. Today I thought I would give the 2025 metal tag a go. I was sort of thinking not quite in my wheelhouse, but then Kim over at This Is Music said he would have thought it would be cool to see me having a go at this. I don't feel that I'm specifically tied to a genre as a record collector. I guess I would say that yes, I'm very much into heavy metal, but also other genres. And mostly I don't venture into hip hop and rap territory because I don't like it. And aside from that, I'm fairly. What is that word? That sound? No, I never mind. Some French word that sort of fluttered in my mind. So this was originally cooked together by Heavy Metallurgy, and so I would recommend you to check out that channel. So there are a couple of questions here that I'm probably going to skip because I couldn't. I either can make up my mind or come up with an answer to them. But this is not a contest, so I feel that I don't. I feel the pressure is a little bit off on that field. So let's go hype. Number one, name a release you're eagerly anticipating in 2025. Now, I'm sort of on a bit of a break as far as buying records right now, and I haven't really been diving into the future as far as music goes in 2025 as such. And the ones that I might be excited about don't seem to be entirely set in stone whether or not they are going to release anything. I think I know that Megadeth most likely is coming out with something, Anthrax as well. I would love if our Maiden did something this year, but I kind of doubt it. So I am going to go with, and a date has not been set yet, I think, with an anticipated new release from a French metal band Gojira. So that would be cool. I love Gojira, and along with Mastodon, they were the first heavy metal music that I bought without knowing them from earlier after I got a record player again. So I only have their music on vinyl. Number two, show the 25th item in your collection. I did that for the regular vinyl tag, a CD and a vinyl, each of them the 25th in their respective. So I'll just show the vinyl, which will be the same as in that video. Number 25, AC/DC, For Those About to Rock, a record I actually got finally on vinyl after many years in 2024. So this is the gold colored 50th anniversary thing they've been doing in 2024. Number three is Overdue. Name an older band that you checked out for the first time in 2024 and loved. I was going to show, I think it was Overkill, which Chris Propfe got me onto. But there's one that edged that one out a little bit. And that's, I got finally a record by Lamb of God, and I really liked it. So there you go. That's the answer to that task. Number five, Enigma. Show a heavy metal album that musically is really hard to place in a heavy metal subgenre. This record I'll probably show twice because it's also the answer to a different question this time around. But it's Green Lung with this is the first record I bought from them last year, Black Harvest. When I initially heard them, it was tracks from this, and it was considered to be doom, gloom, I suppose. But it's also oddly folk, English folk, heavy folk in a way. you feel that they have traditions in rural English tradition sometimes, and the occult, so also occult metal. So and I think the music also changes quite a bit, because now I have a couple of their albums. A band I really fallen in love with in 2024. So highly recommend them. Number 6, Eating Crow, a name and album that you initially hated, but have since grown to really like, or as it says here, can't get enough of it. That's a bit of an overstatement, but it's actually going to be Metallica, Load. Could also have been Reload, but I remember I liked Reload better than Load when these came out. I was not happy about these back when I bought these on CD all those years ago, because this was not what I was expecting at the time, like very very many other people. And but a few years later, I sort of dug into them and listened to them more and more. I think I had a friend staying for a while. This was while I was living in Denmark, and he really dug it. And so yeah, it grew on me, and now I'm very fond of it. So there you are. 7, Impulse, show an album that was a blind buy in 2024. So that would be a Swedish band. I bought this in Gothenburg, and I asked them about a genre, and they didn't have that exact band I was looking for at the time. I got a choice between 2 different bands that he thought I should try out. The one of them was Skräcködlan, which I have since bought in Gothenburg again, but several months later. But the one that I got was Domkraft, or Domkraft. I'm not entirely sure how to pronounce this, but this is sludgy, doomy, gloomy metal from Sweden, and the post-apocalyptic Doom Titans return with what is it? Seeds? Yeah. There's some 3D glasses in here where you're supposed to look at this amazing cover art. Really, really weird. But yeah, I really, really liked them, and that was definitely a blind buy. I had not heard 1 second of this when I put the stylus on this record, and this was really cool. 8, Collector Scum, show a record you have more than 1 copy of on the same format. So these are actually the second and third initial versions of this album that I own. 4th if you count the CD that I still have. I don't know what happened to my first copy of this record. It disappeared in Denmark. Where I have my old record collections from my childhood and my teenage years. I've had some break-ins and stuff, and people going through my stuff there over the years, so that's probably what happened. So about a year ago, or December in 23, I went to a record fair here in Oslo, and I found a copy of this to a okay price, and I was very excited. And then there was a bit of a kerfuffle about paying, because it was a Swedish seller and he didn't have the Norwegian cell phone payment system, and I didn't have any cash, because I thought this place had a cash machine, because it used to in the hall, but it was gone. But so we walked over to some guys from another stand who he was working with, and I vipsed, as we say in Norway, the money, and I was very happy. Then in the evening, when I got the record out, it wasn't in the best nick. And so while the cover is really nice on this Ozzy Osbourne, The Ultimate Sin, it was a lot of crack, pop, tick-tock, and all that on the record, and I was fairly unhappy about that. So, but you can see it has an old Swedish price code on it. But then just a few months later, at a used records, comic books, etc. Shop I sometimes go to in Frederikshavn in Denmark, I found this one. The cover is a little more beat up, but the vinyl is really good, and this was half the price of what the other one was. So that's the reason why I am in possession of 2 Ozzy Osbourne Ultimate Sin, which is an Ozzy Osbourne album I actually really love. So there you go. Show off a grail or something that you really wanted and acquired in 2024. I did get some really important stuff in 2024 that I would consider whales. I'm not too fond of that other word. But as far as heavy metal goes, I guess very early in 2024, I was at a record fair in Gjøving in Denmark, and I grabbed this one. I have AC/DC, is it TNT, on the original Albert cover. Unfortunately, someone threw a dart through that record, so it's not as good as you would have hoped it would have been. But I always wanted some of the other Alberts, or really all of them. Alberts, the Australian pressings of the original albums all the way up to Highway to Hell have different covers than the international ones. And, this cover is so much more fun than, even though the Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap cover, the international one, of course, was done by, was it Hypnosis, isn't it? Who worked with Pink Floyd and all those. But I mean, this is really cool. It's not exactly kosher, this release, but it was mostly for the cover, and also I guess the track listing is a little better. Ozzy, 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 oi, oi, oi. Number 10 is a plea to the VCLT gods. What is a record that you are, what was it, on the hunt for? As far as heavy metal or hard rock, well, I would like to get the Black Sabbath, was it Tony Martin box that I initially bought, and then my gift card didn't work, and then they sold that copy while I was waiting for that gift card to be reinitialized, and then I put in an order for the website, and now of course it's sold out. But God, I don't know. Those type of whales that I'm looking for are mostly in the non-heavy metal genre, I suppose. We were talking about the AC/DC and Albert covers. I would love the one. What is it? I had to find it. I would love the AC/DC Let There Be Rock Australian album cover, which I think is really cool. And one other thing that I came up with now, I would really like to get back sort of a copy of my fellow Norwegian hard rock heavy metal band TNT's Knights of the New Thunder, because I once had that, and that's one of those hard rock albums that I was talking about earlier that unfortunately has gone missing. Number 11 is Boomerang. Show an album that no matter how many times you purge it from your collection, another copy returns to you. So I don't purge. Probably should have done that and stopped spending all my money on music years ago, but I don't really do that, so that's not something I can answer. 12, Reunion. Name an artist that you had lost track of over time but reconnected with in 2024. I guess it would be good old Doro Pesh. I had a couple of her or Warlocks album when I was a kid. I on cassettes, and that's probably one of the reasons they're gone. I haven't really taken care of all my cassettes, but I got this record finally. I wanted it for many years last year, and so that's True as Steel with by Borlock with the lovely Doro Pesh from Deutschland. Number 13 is Upstart. Name a new band whose debut album really impressed you. The debut didn't have to come out in 2024, but recently. I tried and tried and tried, but I can't find an answer to that question. Sorry. 14 influencer. Show a band release that you bought in 2024 as a direct result of watching someone's YouTube channel. Hang on. That was the one record I forgot to bring, which I actually kind of mentioned earlier. Overkill. So that was Chris Propfe who got me interested in that, and that's the reason I bought this. 15. Don't judge a book by its cover. Show an album with, what was it you said? Bad cover art. I was mulling it over if I was going to show this because I love this band so much and I don't want to be negative towards them. But I think this is really dull. I get the meaning or intention, but it should have been executed better. So this is not the last, but the previous Saxon studio album, Carpe Diem, Seize the Day. I don't really feel that either one of these two guys, Roman soldiers, are doing much of anything that translates to either the title, probably been ganged into the Roman army. What exactly are they supposed to seize in this landscape where literally nothing appears to be happening? So, Number 16, Rebrand. Show an album whose cover art was created by one of your favorite artists. So Jamie Hewlett. This nothing to do with heavy metal, and also he hasn't actually drawn this copy of Tank Girl, but I used to have some Tank Girl, and now I don't. Except for this one, which is, like I said, not drawn by him. But Jamie Hewlett, he is one of the two men behind the virtual band Gorillaz. And I love that art, and I love the art they do for Gorillaz. And I've shown a lot of Gorillaz over the years that I've done this, or on early unboxings and stuff. So I thought it'd be fun to show this one, because I'm not sure. I only shown it once when I was unboxing it. So there you go. I love I love cartoon art. I wanted to be a cartoonist myself. And this is I just love what he does. 17. Name an album you would like to see reissued either on CD or on vinyl in 2025. We keep hoping, and for me it would be Alice in Chains album, Alice in Chains, or Tripod as people call it, getting a reissue on vinyl, not least so I can complete my Alice in Chains studio album collection as far as the initial original band goes. Number 18, show an album from a genre you don't really listen to or venture into that much. I don't. This band is considered R&B, which is a genre I sort of avoid, or funk, which I don't really. I guess I don't avoid it, but I don't venture into it a lot. I don't have a lot of funk. I have War. But it's a band I've grown to love a lot. I only have 2 albums by them, but it's Tower of Power, Back to Oakland. I can listen to this all day long. I just love this music. It's so, amazingly executed and cool and nice to listen to. So here you are, Tower of Power with Back to Oakland. Number 19, what band are you hoping to see in 2025? So I am kind of going through a lot of things personally. And I am, I got my things going on, and kind of trying to stay afloat, and music as far as trying to not buy a lot of music because I'm trying to save some money, and I am also not really thinking in those lines. I'm not where I can really go out and be around a lot of people standing around trying to get a glimpse of a band while all the young people are standing in front of me and doing their thing and pushing me to one side or the other because they grab beers and want to get ahead to the stage and so on. So it's I'm not doing. I don't see myself being in front of a stage in 2025. 20, in closing, tell your viewers about 2 new to you YouTube channels you discovered in 2024, or just shout out 2 channels you enjoy. Okay, I'll shout out a couple of channels. So I'm thinking I'll shout out 2 channels who have done the tag. And I don't think I can link one of them, but there you go. So it's Kim from Denmark with his This Is Music channel, and it's Peter at Music Is a Journey who did his tag, was it earlier today or last night? So you can head over and check those out. Anyway, was there anything more on this wonderful tag? No, I think that's about it. Yeah. So, thank you for watching, guys. Let me know in the comments about some of your other takes on things I've mentioned here, or maybe some ideas about something, or tell me if I love hearing if some music that I'm listening to either inspired you to check it out, or you go, oh yeah, Morten, you're right, that is an amazing album. So that always makes me happy. If you want to click like, that helps my channel and makes me smile. And if you want to subscribe as well, that makes me smile even more, because that makes me happy. Thank you again so much for watching. Thank you to, by the way, thank you to my last batch of subscribers. Welcome on board, and hope you're all doing well and okay in this current world we're living in. So bye bye from Morten.